And lastly, before I go to bed, the one thing I can say about these Country Wayne skits, they don't give these skits room to breathe. You'll see two, maybe one or two skits, and then there's a bunch of problems. You don't see any relationship where the relationship can progress, the relationship can grow into something positive. They just bring negativity into it as quickly as possible. I don't think this situation with Delicia was needed. I don't think that all this stuff with PRE and Rome is necessary. It ain't necessary. There's certain relationships that this wasn't even needed. It would be nice to see a relationship that actually go from dating to a girlfriend and boyfriend, and you see good things happen for a while. And yes, there will be challenges because no relationship is perfect, but it doesn't have to be infidelity. It doesn't have to be abuse. It doesn't have to be two men and one woman and two women and one man. It. That's why I said these skits show that beautiful women are no better than unattractive women. That's just how I feel about these skits. It just proves that I don't care what you look like. If somebody want to dog you out, they can dog you out. If somebody want to mess around with most people, they can do that. Nobody's exempt from infidelity, abuse, and being used, taken advantage of, and being cheated on. That these men do this regardless of what woman that it is. It doesn't matter. That's all these skits prove. They prove that attractive women are no different than unattractive women. Some of them have low self esteem, low self worth, low self value, no respect for themselves, and don't believe in themselves no differently than a woman that is unattractive. All it is men want a beautiful woman with an unattractive mind frame. That's it. They want a woman that is drop dead gorgeous, but a woman that will sit up here and act crazy just like Shayla. Like I said, people will say they don't like drama. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They love it. They enjoy it. It ain't nothing but a bunch of BS. A lot of people are walking contradictions. They'll say, I want peace. No, you don't. You want somebody that you can basically control and do whatever you want to. That's your definition of peace. My definition of peace is nowhere near that. My definition of peace is I want somebody that doesn't have a bunch of drama with them, meaning that they when they go out, I ain't got to worry about their stuff coming back and impacting, affecting my life. That's it. If they hang around their homeboys, they get their own mind, and they're not gonna be out here doing something where I gotta bail you out of jail. Somebody that got critical thinking, common sense, and common judgment. Somebody that it's about going, on cruises and going on vacation and going on dinner dates. It's about stuff like that. That's our just living a simple life. We can have all the money in the world. I just want to live a simple life. I just want the simple things. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and we cook together and we may go have lunch together. He send me flowers every Monday as a way to say enjoy your day, or send me flowers that replace the ones once they die. Somebody that makes me feel appreciated, wanted, needed. It shows me every day that they love me. And it ain't got to be some elaborate, over the top gift, because that's something that, they don't have to do. But there are some men that do that at least once a month. They'll do something over the top to show their girl how much they appreciate her. Some men will say, let's go to the Bahamas, let's go here. There are men out here that support women in their careers, and they don't have a problem with a woman being a mother and still working, and have no problem bringing somebody in that's going to help out when it comes to the kids. Mainly their parents. And they're paying them to take care of their child. Now, mind you, there are some parents, if you pay them to take care of their child, they will come in and take care of it because you're paying them. But at the end of the day, like I said, it would be nice to see something. Because like I said, that's why when it comes to these overall over-the-top gestures, I know they ain't going to last. Because Tamara said it best. When we first met, you went through all of that to make this romantic dinner. Now, all of a sudden, now we don't do nothing. We don't go nowhere. We don't do nothing. And that's what a lot of these modern couples do. They don't go nowhere. People don't even go out on dates no more. People don't even go out of town no more. People just are pretty much sitting at home. But I know it's part of it is because people can't afford it. But now, like I said, this is why I tell men don't do these over the top dates if you can't afford it. Because you're going to have to maintain that. And Wayne can afford it. He just don't want to do it. Because now he has her. And people think that once they get you, they ain't got to do nothing to keep you. And like I said, at least with D always made them little small gestures. Even though he was out there on them streets, he always did little small gestures. Like when he did that dinner and did that dinner for Tamara, that was something he did to show his appreciation. So again, it's not just about your birthday or Valentine's Day that you do those gifts. Sometimes you can do those at least once a month. Whether it be going on vacation, like I said, if y'all got it like that, and you want to go to Aruba, and you've been talking about Aruba, and you've been talking about going on these vacations, if that man can make that happen, I don't see why he won't. Now, it's different when a man work a regular 9 to 5 job because he just can't take time off. I get that part. But if there's a time where both of y'all can take time off and go on vacation, then I would say take it. Because that's what people now are doing. People now are going on vacation. That's why people want to work from home. Because that way they can work while they're on their boat and then take the days off when they're off the boat. That's why people now are now having other streams of income, because that way if they quit their job, it don't matter, they have another stream of income. It's not like that job was their main stream of income. Because you have a lot of people that say they have their own businesses, but they have a job just in case something happened. But if they want to get up and go, they'll quit a job long enough to go on vacation and then go back to work when they feel like it. So again, like I said, I get Tamara's point. I do. But as for Glow, I don't know what you're going to do now that Rashad is gone. I guess you and old boy going to get together. He going to end up dogging you out, and you're going to wish to God Rashad was back. And you're going to be going to California begging Rashad to take you back. But Rashad ain't going to want nothing to do with you. And I wonder, are you going to tell Mike the truth about Dom and everything that she's done when it came to Melissa and Sonny? Are you going to tell the truth? Because the way that girl throwing you under the bus, she don't care nothing about you. She even got an issue with Jacoby. What did Jacoby do to you? And the fact that you mad that Melissa is there. And I thought you and Melissa were cool. I thought you were trying to help her with her business. So I'm hoping Melissa put two and two together and realized that Dom is the one that busted the windows out her car. I'm hoping that Melissa is the one that realizes that Dom was playing her face. I really do. And I think eventually Melissa gonna figure that out. She gonna figure that out. I think her and Nikki gonna figure that out. But like I said, I'm hoping it's gonna be Melissa gonna be the one to make Mike realize that Dom is basically essentially all the stuff she's done. Because everything that Ralphie has been trying to tell him about Dom has been true. That girl is crazy. Now, you talked about Tatiana. And when it came to that situation, that's because she was hooked on the prescription for drugs because she met her friend. If she didn't have met her friend, she wouldn't have been on drugs. Now you got somebody that has obsessive compulsive behavior that needs therapy, mental health issues, that needs therapy because she has two men that basically essentially did her wrong, and she needs therapy to deal with the fact of these men cheating because her obsession with Mike is not healthy. Dominique's whole entire obsession with Mike is absolutely obsessive, and it was like that since they broke up. Like I said, the only reason she got with Terry is because the fact that she wanted Mike to get jealous and stop that wedding. And when Mike got with Melissa, she got pissed off about it. So like I said, there are some people on these skits that need some psychological help. They need some therapy. Because, Lord, the fact that y'all keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same results, something is very, very wrong with these people. And like I said, the fact that people are accepting the bare minimum is insane. But like I said, it would be nice to see one couple that don't go through something. As for Candace, I would say the same thing I just said about Shayla. It is chestnut checkers. Sometimes you got to give your husband enough rope to hang himself. Because it is not Maggie. It is your husband that you need to deal with. Like I said, he the one that accepted them shoes. He's the one that accepted everything that Maggie has done. And his reaction towards you, towards the situation, is telling you he's enjoying all of this. He's enjoying what Maggie is doing for his mom. He's enjoying all of that because if he really didn't want it to happen, he would put his foot down and tell Maggie no. But he's not. He's accepting all of her advances. So even though it ain't a sexual thing, he's accepting what she does for him financially and what she does for his mom. So like I said, it's not Maggie that you need to be dealing with. It's your husband. And if your husband says something and she still continue, then either he's not being stern enough or she's obsessed. But that's another conversation.